Dallas Cowboys. Guys, obviously, the Dallas Cowboys battled the Detroit Lions on Sunday, and the Detroit Lions just squeaked past them just a little bit in a 47-9 score there. Now, the Dallas Cowboys are now 3-3 on the season, and they did lose to the Detroit Lions after a 2-game winning streak. Now, going into the bye week, there's been a lot of controversy about fire Mark McCarthy, do this, do that, do that. But Jerry Jones, owner of the Dallas Cowboys and general manager, said, we're not firing anybody. We're not even going to play hypotheticals at all. Mike McCarthy's job is fine. So, guys, when we look at the game versus the Detroit Lions on Sunday, and the Cowboys going into the bye week, are the Dallas Cowboys fine? Are they fine? Are they in panic mode? Do they need to fire everybody and rebuild? Well, I can tell you right off the bat. Right off the bat, I think everybody needs to slow it down, baby. Slow it down. The NFC West is still wide open. Yes, the Eagles are now 3-2 on the season in second place, right? But the Eagles are a bad team. We'll be talking about the Eagles coming up. They're a bad team. The Giants, they're average. They can sneak up on some people. They're definitely not going to win the division. And the Commanders are going to hit the wall. Guys, the Dallas Cowboys get on a little bit of streak here. They win a couple games. They still play the Eagles twice. They still play the Commanders twice, and they still play the Giants. Those are 5 very winnable games left in their division. 5 plus 3 is 8. You only need 9, 10 wins to potentially go into the playoffs. And they do play a team like the Carolina Panthers coming up. They do play a team like the San Francisco 49ers. Yes, they're getting better. They're getting a little bit of their mojo back. But the simple fact of the matter is the 49ers are not that good right now either. And they do play the Falcons. Not a bad team, but the Bengals, I mean, come on. The Dallas Cowboys can still win 9 to 10 games this season, and the NFC East is wide open. Hell, the division might be won by a losing team. So everybody that wants to fire everybody needs to slow it down, baby. Slow it down. The NFC East is bad. Pump up the Commanders all you want. They're going to hit the wall. The Commanders are going to slow down. The Commanders, this is the beginning of the end for the Washington Commanders after they got beat by the Baltimore Ravens. It is time to slow it down. It is time to recuperate, right? It is time to recuperate. Get this bye week and figure themselves out. Now, I am not saying that the Dallas Cowboys are a Super Bowl team right now. They have a roster that could win a Super Bowl. Do not get it twisted. Do not get it twisted. They have a roster that could win a Super Bowl, but they are injury across the board, right? They have like 7 defensive starters out from week 1. The simple fact of the matter is the Dallas Cowboys can get better. They can get better by one thing and one thing only. They need to fire Mike Zimmer. Mike Zimmer needs to get out of town ASAP. In this world that we live in, injuries happen on every NFL team. I see Carson in there. His team, riddled with injuries. The Buffalo Bills. James Frank, Cleveland Browns fan. He has injuries across the board. Plus, he has a Deshaun Watson, which is just a walking injury. You look at Deshaun Watson wrong, his shoulder's going to be hurt again. The Detroit Lions, despite Hutchinson going down in the third, like early in the third quarter, they still got pressure on Dak Prescott and that Dallas Cowboys offense over and over and over again. How I saw like seven rushes or hits on quarterback after Hutchinson went down. Guys, the Dallas Cowboys are a good team. They are a good team, and they're going to get better. And they can get better by, during this bye week, fire Mike Zimmer. I don't think Mike McCarthy is the firing answer. I don't think firing the offensive coordinator or special teams coordinator. The answer is Mike Zimmer, right? The answer is Mike Zimmer. Even when the Dallas Cowboys were healthy versus the Saints, versus the Ravens, They still got walked all over on the defensive side of the ball. All season long, the Dallas Cowboys have been giving up a lot of points on the defensive side of the ball. It just is what it is. Now, going into the bye week, a little bit more rest, maybe get a little bit more healthy, maybe put in a new defensive scheme. Maybe that 3-4 is just not working anymore. Put in a 3-3. Put in a 2-6. I don't know, something. Figure something out. But the Cowboys can get better. So, guys, I know you guys want to dog the Dallas Cowboys. I know you want to say, fire Mike McCarthy, Dak Prescott's trash, Zeke Elliott doesn't have it, whatever, yada, yada. You can say all that stuff, but how can they get better? Realistically, how can the Cowboys get better? In step one, I think they need to fire Mike Zimmer. Get an actual defensive coordinator in there that is worth something. I understand Mike Zimmer had a top-rated defense in Minnesota, like 2017 or whatever it was. Okay. Since then, he's been bottom of the barrel for Mike Zimmer. That's why he's no longer the head coach in Minnesota. Mike Zimmer is not the answer on the defensive side of the ball. There is a person out there that just got fired in Robert Saleh. Go talk to him. He put a hell of a defense up in San Francisco. Hell of a defense. That's why he got the Jets head coaching job in the first place. Mike McDaniels, like another coach from that Kyle Shanahan tree over there in San Francisco. D'Amico Ryans, defensive coordinator down in Houston, right? Guys, the Dallas Cowboys need to make a defensive coaching change, and it needs to be happen now. So, in the comments below, guys, how can the Dallas Cowboys realistically get better? In this bye week, not sitting Dak Prescott, because Dak Prescott's a top 5 quarterback in the NFL. The Miami Dolphins would love to have Dak Prescott. The Giants would love to have Dak Prescott. There are probably 27 other teams in the NFL that would love to have Dak Prescott. CeeDee Lamb obviously is not the answer. He's doing his thing, right? The defense is just not tackling. The defense is the issue. So, guys, let me ask that question again. How can the Dallas Cowboys get better? So, to answer that, we're going to go into the comments. And I know there's a lot of trolling happening, and I'm going to read each and every comment because that's what we do here on Man Hour. We are live, we're raw, and we're uncut. We do what we do.